Peace, peace, peace. Mind Ascension here with my brother. We building in the elements right now. So that's what we gonna do. I wanna say peace to my 6 to 22 strands, 7 to 9 ether, selenium, you melanin base, black gods of this planet. I ain't seen y'all in a while, man. I gotta stay consistent. It's a good thing my brothers is keeping me consistent with my videos, interacting with y'all, and I always wanna stay in touch and stay consistent with this work. You know what I mean? And stay keep enlightening these minds, keep stimulating this brain, keep activating that divinity. So we here right now, brother. Let it flow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of things going on, man. I know we going through hard times, man. But we gotta talk about faith, man. Faith. What do you have your faith in, and what do you base your faith on? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you want to talk about faith and in general?
Yeah, we could talk about that for a minute, man.
Faith in general. All right, let's get to it. I want to make sure the family can see us clearly.
Let's talk about faith, man.
Well, bottom line, faith is dependent upon knowledge.
Right.
See, I'm glad you brought that up anyway, because when people say faith, especially religious people, they always talk about how they have faith in God, how they have faith in the Father, faith in their religion.
Right.
But faith is based off what you know. You have faith in something based on the consistency of the actions or the consistency of the study upon a subject or an individual. I have faith in my polarity on my queen based on what I've already experienced with her firsthand. I have faith in you as a brother because I know consistently me and you have done videos together, me and you have built together.
Right.
All right. So faith is not really belief.
Okay.
Faith is more than belief, because faith is a belief based on consistency. Faith is a belief based on the knowledge accumulated from consistency, from experience and what we have seen. So let's get this clear. A lot of people throw around faith. When somebody whose religion tells you that they have faith in God, that's false. Because faith is based on what you know, and you don't know God. You don't know the actions of God. You never met Jesus in person. Jesus never did nothing for you. All you have faith in is in a book. So you don't have faith, you have a belief. Belief could be anything. When I tell a child that Santa Claus is coming, they have a belief in Santa Claus, but they don't have faith in Santa Claus because Santa Claus has never been proven to them. They never seen Santa Claus. They never touched Santa Claus. But here's how I create faith in Santa Claus. I dress up like Santa Claus. I put presents under the tree. I let them see me. I eat the cookies they leave over. So now I create an accumulation of knowledge and evidence and proof that's falsified, but to them is real. Therefore, it creates faith in the illusion of Santa Claus, which goes for Jesus, which goes for Allah, which goes for Yahweh, which goes for anything you want to call any mystical, imaginary deity or anything like that. So when we talk about faith, understand we need to separate the religious concept from the reality concept, because faith is based in knowledge. Saying faith is like saying fact, but you know what faith is? Faith is the spiritual polarity to fact.
Yo, since we talking about churches, man, for the past couple years, a couple months, basically, a couple weeks and months, man, I've been going into different churches, man, on Sundays and stuff. There's a lot of demons in there, bro. And when I say demon, I'm talking about the people, man. I ain't talking about people with horns, and I'm talking about people just being demons, bro. It's like people talking about people, what they dress, how they dress, they kids, different things, man. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? And it's mainly women. You feel me? Women, you know what I mean?
Well, now you're getting into two things.
Right.
Fact of the matter is, the feminine is always in need of alignments and always in need of guidance. So therefore, since she's taught not to trust in her man today, she trusts in the only man she's taught to trust, which is a white Jesus. She's taught to trust into the only man she's conditioned to trust, which is a God, a father God in the sky. So this is why you see majority churches filled with women, and that's an absolute fact.
Right.
Now,
they said I asked somebody, they said the reason men don't go is because they rather watch the game on Sunday.
no, because men have a focused reality to where their guidance is based on their action and their consistency to solve their own problems or to ignore and dismiss a problem because it doesn't affect their emotions.
Right.
Man is left brain. He's mechanical. He's logical.
Right.
So if something does not fit mechanically within his life or within his mind, he disregards it. A woman can hold on to a stress. A woman can hold on to an emotional state and turn it into a problem, even if it's not her problem. But then what she needs right after that is the form of alignment or the form of guidance elements of the form of order to bring that problem into a solution. And unfortunately, once again, she's not taught to trust in you or me. She's taught to trust into a God or Heavenly Father in the sky, or a white boy that's going to guide her into what you call it, savior, and all of this, what they call it, salvation. So once again, the feminine is water. Water flows to a current. The current is a form of force. That force is the masculine. So every form of direction woman flows in is usually due by the guidance of a masculine force or energy, whether it's me or you, or whether it's the white man. It doesn't really matter. But the fact of the matter is, no matter what she thinks or how she's feel, she's always flowing in a direction that a current is bringing her.
Whoever speaks in her ear is who's gonna,
She conforms and absorbs to her environment. Right. And today in her environment, she is surrounded and saturated with improper teachings and improper guidance of what a man is or what a woman is and what she should be and what she should not be. So therefore, that improper guidance causes improper decisions.
Let me talk about another thing that's been burning within me. Today, I see a lot of, women wearing they pants with they buttocks really out.
Like the men? Tight. Like the males?
Huh?
Because the males got their ass all out like a motherfucker.
Well,
they male got the whole ass out that motherfucker.
That's just all.
And it's getting to a point where it's just so, you could see his whole ass, where it's so, it's to the point where it's pretty much homosexual.
Yeah.
Because if I'm on the street in public, and a young man walks by and I can see his entire shape of his ass, to his crack, to his cheeks.
Pause.
It's just something that I can't unsee.
We're not on that time.
I know, but I can't unsee. But you talking about the women, I really wish women did that more than men did.
Right, of course.
I really do.
I'm just saying.
But I see the men far more than I see the women doing it. And I understand where you coming from.
Right.
You coming from the seductive dress and I get all of that.
But men, respect yourself too, man. That's a must too.
Yeah, but with the males today, that's a whole nother level. I gotta specify males.
And that's miseducation too. Y'all being miseducated as a fashion. That's not a fashion. That's misguidance, bro. Mm-hmm. That's somebody putting you in the wrong path, man.
Yeah.
A wicked person that's just all about themselves.
Yeah.
They sending you down they giving you the wrong direction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know you gotta make a certain turn, but they tell you to make a wrong turn.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just so that they could gain. You feel me? And it's wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked out here,
Well, everything you project dictates what you receive from others, mindset and actions. Yeah. So when I project a lowly aspect of myself, whether it's my pants sagging, whether it's the wrong upkeep of my body, the non-use of hygiene and correct appearance of myself, the lack of symbolism to myself that's only symbolism in Europeans, then I project an energy that allows me to be abused by police, that allows me to be disrespected by the average man or the average woman, that allows me to be assumed when I walk into a place of business or establishment that I'm going to rob or steal something from you, even though they already do that by the color of your skin naturally.
Wow.
But the black man with the suit on and the black man with the Jordans and the backwards hat, both are not going to get the exact, precise, equal assumption because they're wearing different symbolism. Both will get harassed. Both can feel the same racism, but the level of degrees that each one will participate or each one will feel within that situation will vary based on the symbolisms and the energies that they project.
Profiling is always wrong, man. Stereotyping is always wrong. You feel me?
But the fact of the matter is, stereotypes come from reality. Stereotypes come from true sources. So a perfect example: there's a stereotype that black people love fucking chicken. But let's be fucking honest. You know what I'm saying?
That's false, though. That's false.
We can say it's false, but the majority of us have chicken fucking places on every corner. The majority of us go to Chinese restaurants and buy fucking chicken. So the fact of the matter is, if we want to look at the majority compared to the minority, we love chicken. But if we want to look even deeper than it, what has been the only animal that they provide to us on a large scale, being that it's so easy to breed and so easy to, raise and consume? Chicken and the pig.
Right.
Because the chicken breeds very easily. You can feed the chicken anything. The chicken doesn't need a specific environment to breed itself in. So therefore, chicken was what we was fed constantly. So now we have a habit of eating and wanting chicken. So every time a restaurant opens up, whether it's a Crown Fried in your neighborhood, a Kentucky, a Kennedy Fried, a New York Fried, it's about chicken. It's about chicken Kentucky Fried, because they know that we have been indoctrinated and built a habit to love chicken. So that stereotype is false when we look at the source of where it comes from. But when we look at the surface of the reality, it's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true. Because when you go to the Chinese store, you're not ordering duck. You go to the Chinese store, you're ordering chicken. You're ordering General Tso's chicken. You're ordering fried chicken. Everything has chicken in it. And you love the shit. So let's just be honest. And that goes to even, we could use the same analogy with Hennessy. Black people think they love Hennessy. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because Hennessy was the only brand and product during the 1960s to take a chance to make exclusive ads only to black people. They would make ads and commercials that had black couples in it only. They wouldn't even advertise white people. So therefore, we built a loyalty to Hennessy, and now it's indoctrinated in us through generations to where we feel Hennessy is the only thing we could drink. But when I used to be a regular ass Negro to a certain extent, Hennessy was disgusting to me. But it was all around me to such an extent that I felt almost an obligation to be a Henny drinker. And that's false. So a lot of things that become stereotypes have become stereotypes due to the indoctrination and the consistency of it being pushed upon your mindset to the point where it becomes a part of your lifestyle. And where there's times where I myself, and I know people I've talked to, say that they feel weird if they don't do it. They get teased that they don't do it. Like I used to get teased, like, you ain't a black man, how you don't drink Hennessy? You're not black, nigga, how you don't drink Hennessy? Like we hear stupid shit that makes us feel obligated to participate in acts and participate in debauchery and participate in certain destructions of our own mentality and body based on the stereotype to fulfill it.
They want to take your black card if you don't do what they do, man.
Exactly. They want to take your black card based on stereotypes that was built by indoctrinations given to you by the source, which is your oppressor. Point blank, period. But I didn't mean to go off into that. I was just making a point that we can apply that same thing to not just food and not just the stereotypical chicken, but we can apply it to, we can also talk about the watermelon. The watermelon was indoctrinated during a time where they would make niggers have watermelon contests. So therefore, when they would pay Negroes during a time where you just coming out of emancipation of slavery, you poor, you broke, you don't got nothing, they would pay Negroes to have watermelon eating contests. So then after that, they built the myth and the stereotype around that black people love watermelon, and that's false. You see what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, if you starve me long enough, whatever food you provide me with through a duration and through a consistency of that time, that will be the food that I become magnetized to, and that will become my addiction.
True.
So you fill my community with Hennessy and chicken wings and turn around and tell me that all I eat is Hennessy and drink chicken wings. Excuse me, all I eat is chicken wings and drink Hennessy. This is a condition that you build inside of me. And then now you claim that it is a stereotype based on fact, but the fact is only surface bound, not source. But I didn't even mean to go off on that and on a whole nother topic.
I wanted to say, we need to get it together, man. And overall, we need to pick up books, man. Seek information, seek knowledge, man. Seek knowledge, information, man.
You always bring that up, but I want to say this. Remember, man comes before the book.
True.
Intelligence and observation is what created the book.
Right.
So before, y'all know mine. Y'all know mine ascension.
What books? What doctrines?
I ain't even talking about that.
Right.
Y'all know mine ascension. Never once have y'all heard me promote a bunch of books to y'all. I don't really do that. What I promote and what I want to activate in you as the current hue man being that you are on the level to be activated to divinity is to utilize your intelligence combined with pure observation, because this is God mind. I don't sit here and throw a bunch of books at y'all because even though I've read hundreds, literally, not exaggeration, hundreds of books, I also know that every book was created from another individual's mind based on their observation and accumulation of information that they personally believe in by their own preference. And this is why it's important that when you do read, you don't get stuck in one box of concept based on one author and one individual, because remember, that book was written by an individual, and they're giving you their individual concept and perception of the subject that you are looking for information on. So you must go through dozens to hundreds of books. But even better than that is taking your ass through that experience, taking your ass to that object, taking your ass to that organism, sitting down with patience and absolute lack of judgment and observing it and coming to a conclusion based on your melanin and intelligence. That's the highest form of learning. beyond any book.
True.
And this is why the feminine has to be very careful when she's trying to imitate the masculine and trying to be a scholar, because she can damage the vitamin A within her eye trying to overread based on the fact that this society is based on a matriarchal, a patriarchal, chauvinistic aspect of everything being one direction, which is the masculine. We think everything is one direction. Oh, you want to be smart? Read, read, read. Oh, you want to do this? Go to school, school, school. No. The fact of the matter is everything has a feminine, everything has a masculine. Everything has a form of polarity. The woman learns by observation. The woman learns by experience.
Again,
no, we're not downplaying women.
We're
specifying.
Let's just make it clear.
We're specifying.
We're
specifying the difference in the function and the ability to absorb information, because a man is two-dimensional, but a woman is three-dimensional. This is why you can't give nothing to a woman just in one linear way. You have to give it to her in multiple ways so she can form a conclusion based on all the aspects of elements, all the aspects of sensations, and all the aspect of brain stimulation to come to a conclusion that she can feel. A man could come to a conclusion based on a mechanical aspect of his left brain only. So I can write something down and I can say, dumb motherfucker, 1 + 1 = 2, you stupid dumb nigga, and he'll understand that and not feel no way about it. But if I go, you stupid bitch, 1 + 1 = 2, you ugly bitch, she not going to hear what I said because I just fucked up the information by degrading her, making her feel a way which blocks the message. Because she needs the whole overall aspect. She needs to touch it, feel it, taste it, smell it, and then she comes to a conclusion of what it is. The same thing as a child. This is why when you look at a child is always touching things, putting things in their mouth. They don't care what it is because they're using all of their sensations, all of their feeling and nervous system to come to a conclusion upon what the object is, not just by what you told them. So you could tell them, baby, don't put that in your mouth. That's bad. Child turns around, wait till you go on, and puts it in their mouth because they want to know what that object tastes like. They want to know what it feels like. They want to know what it smells like. They want to know what it looks like. They want to know what it listens and hears like. So they can come to a conclusion based on all the senses, which is nothing but nerve signals and feelings, and then they know what it really is. Instead of you just telling them one thing based on your indoctrination or your definition of what something is.
So it's not what
that's the God mind.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it, right?
It's how and what you do. It's the combination of all things. Everything is an equation. And as soon as you leave one aspect of the equation out, you will always get a distorted, dysfunctioned, or a false answer. You see what I'm saying? We talk about law of attraction. They make movies about it. But one thing they leave out of law of attraction when they say thoughts are things, watch what you think, they leave out the fact that watch what you feel. Because the combination of your thoughts combined with your intentions, combined with your visualization, combined with your emotions is what magnetizes that visualization, what magnetizes that imagination, what magnetizes that object, that desire into your life twice to 10 times as fast. But if you're just thinking the same way people go, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think, that's false. You have to replace the thought with something that distracts the first thought to where it does not exist. I can't tell you to stop thinking about something. That means nothing. But what I can do is distract you from what's bothering you. This is why, by the way, a lot of ladies will tell you to stop making them laugh when they feel bad. When they feel down and they feel upset because kind of, let's be honest, they want to bask in it a little bit, they'll tell you to stop trying to make them laugh or stop trying to make something funny because they want to bask in that feeling. And sometimes that's because that feeling is technically an addiction, because every time you have an emotion, you're sending chemicals from your brain through your body. That over years of doing that, your body becomes addicted to it whether you realize it or not. So you become addicted to depression. You become addicted to abuse. You become addicted to sex. You become addicted to excitement. You become addicted to adrenaline rush. That's why you go to scary movies. That's why you go to roller coasters all the time. These things become addictions within the body because different levels of chemicals are being released during these times of excitement. Adrenaline is being released when you're excited. Oxytocin is being released when you're having an orgasm. You see what I'm saying? These different chemicals are released within your body that, due to duration and consistency of the chemical being released, creates an addiction to you needing that chemical. So now you get into a relationship and guess what? You leave the nigga because you say he's boring. But what do you mean by he's boring? He's too sweet, he's respectful, and he don't smack the shit out of you. Then you attract the next nigga who beats your ass and who you always in a fight with, but you stay with him for 10 years. But why is that? Now, I'm not saying this is for all women or all men. I'm saying you have to recognize what you are attracting, what you sustain based by your own addiction. Because a lot of us are addicted to abuse. A lot of us are addicted to sex. A lot of us are addicted to excitement. A lot of us are addicted to the physical stimulations of our body, which is a lockdown. Because the physical stimulation of your body, your so-called five senses, which do not exist, by the way, they don't exist. Your the five senses is what blocks you from your spirituality. Because remember, the spiritual is something that is not physical. Therefore, it's deemed non-existent because you can't physically touch it, physically grab it. So when you're a soulless person like the recessive white man, you say the spiritual doesn't exist. You say energy don't exist. You say entities don't exist. You say ghosts don't exist. You say God don't exist, so on and so forth. But when you are a soulful person like the melanated man, you try to find justifications for believing in these things, but trying to make them sound logical and smart because you're still mixing your white mind with your indigenous mind. Now, when I speak about your five senses do not exist, I'm talking about the absolute fact that every sense that you call a sensation is based off only one sense, which is touch. The reason why you can see what you see, which is one sense, is because the photons are hitting your eye, giving you the ability to see what's in front of you in an upside down way, turn right side up. That could not happen if you close your eyes. You know why? Because when I close my eyes, the photon is not hitting my iris anymore. So guess what? It's the touch of the photon to my eyeball that allows me to see. Touch. The reason why you can hear is because it's the touch of sound waves hitting your eardrum that sends a signal to your brain saying that you can hear. Touch. The reason why you can smell is because it's the particles within the air that touch the papillae of your nose, which are tiny little hairs that send sensory to your brain to say that you can smell. Touch. The reason why you can taste, because you have to put the tip of food or the tip of an object to your tongue, which has taste buds on it, which sends a sensation to your brain. Touch. The reason why you can feel is because you have to take your fingertips, which have fingerprints on it, which are nothing but barriers and microscopic meridian channels of your entire palm, that when you touch something, send signals to your brain. Touch. So the only true sensation that exists is touch. If I plug my ears, if I close my eyes, if I plug my nose, if I shut my mouth, where's my sensations go? They don't exist no more. I'll take it to an even deeper level, then I'm gonna stop. What is sensation really? Does it even exist? Right on time. I take it on a deeper level. What is sensations really? Now, we just explained that the five sensations that you think is real is an illusion based off one sensation, which is touch. But let's take it even further. What the fuck are you feeling in your dreams? What are you feeling in your imagination? When you have a dream and you walk into your house and you can smell your grandmama's sweet potato pie, are you really smelling it? Because that's in your mind. There's no literal real particles in the air at the time that you're asleep that's touching your nose to make you smell that sweet potato pie. So are you really having any sensation in this reality at all? Or is it your mind creating the illusion that's creating the electrical signals in your brain to give you that belief in a sensation? Because guess what? When I changed the concept and I changed the electrical signals within my brain by doing consistent practices, which we see monks do, we see certain martial artists do, they can change those signals and sensations in their brain. And notice, martial artists don't have big muscles. They don't have big muscles, but they will put their whole hand through a stack of bricks because they have mastered the mind of knowing that all these things that we see as density or non-density are nothing but illusions in a basement of a condensity of atoms.
Yeah.
So when you're sleeping at night, when you have that dream that you was running from somebody or that you had sex with somebody, where did the sensation come from? Because it was only in your head. So if the five senses are a physical, real thing, why can you smell, touch, taste, and feel in your dreams? How is that possible? That means everything in your dream should be completely numb because it's not real in the physical 3D reality. But that just lets you know that everything is a form of illusion based on the electrical signals from your brain.
Saying all this, I'm wondering, is it through something you see maybe during the day or something you hear could have an effect on?
Everything has an effect on you.
Right.
Even subconsciously, when you are not paying attention to something, it is being absorbed and programmed into your subconscious. So you could go to sleep tonight and hear that train in your dream tonight.
Well, because I heard it.
Because you heard it.
Right.
So I know what you're saying. You're saying, can something exist without you already experiencing it in the past?
Right.
No. Because this is why they say there's nothing new under the sun.
Right,
because
right.
everything you dream, everything that you think is a new idea is nothing but an accumulation or nothing but a consolidated aspect of different things that you saw, but you suppressed subconsciously. There are so many things. You know what they call this? They call this deja vu. There's times where you might be driving. There's times where you might be in the subway, and then maybe you see a cat, or maybe you see something, and something goes, damn, I've been here, I've seen this before. But you can't explain it because in your 3D realistic mind, you know this is your first time here. But you're like, well, wait a second, that shit seems so familiar. This is because on every level, you are absorbing your surroundings, everything you see, everything you smell, everything you taste. And whether you're unconscious or conscious, it doesn't matter because it gets absorbed in your subconscious. So therefore, when you go to sleep, when you have an idea, this is just your subconscious pumping that so-called new idea with the amalgamations of all the different things that you think is a new thing. But if I take 5 different herbs and mix them in a pot, I can call it a concoction. But at the end of the day, I'm already taking things that already exist, mixing them together and claiming that I made something new, which I did not. But on another level, I did. But there's 2 different levels to this. This is why everything has a polarity. On a deeper level, I didn't create shit. On a surface level, I made a new concoction. And now I'm able to distribute it to y'all. I can promote it and tell you, yo, this is Mind Ascension special juice. But motherfucker, I just use shit that already exists on the earth.
Right.
So who said that somebody didn't already mix that shit together yesterday?
But you put your blend, you did your thing to it. You did your twist to it.
Now I could say I put my intentions in it, which is a true thing.
Right.
I can say that I put a sigil upon it, which puts another energy in it. That's a true thing. But the fact of the matter, if I'm utilizing anything on this 3rd dimensional plane of the 4 elements, I'm not creating nothing new. I'm taking what already exists before me, putting it together in a certain combination that I feel is new, and presenting it to you as new.
I beg to differ though. I'm not gonna say it because like there's people that's innovators and come up with some real innovative stuff, man.
But the question is, has it ever been done in humanity or existence?
Huh?
Because the question is,
them,
has it ever, it's not about discrediting anybody, because notice I didn't say no names.
Right.
All I'm saying is we have to acknowledge the fact that the elements
on the earth.
that the elements have existed before you. We have to acknowledge the fact that this earth has been here before you. So therefore, everything you come up with, every idea is only a regurgitation of something combined with something old or something different.
Okay.
And now you're calling it something new, which you have every right to do on the human surface plane. But when you see Mind Ascension, this face, we're going to talk on a source plane. We're going to talk in a God mind. And if we're going to speak as gods, we need to understand that as humans, we ain't doing new shit. We ain't doing new shit as humans. Now, if I'm going to talk to y'all like a human, I'm going to go right on. Reach for the stars. Believe in your dreams. Create a new idea. I'm going to say all that regurgitated bullshit that I hear all over social media, that I hear from every goddamn conscious woke motherfucker. But I'm here to give you source knowledge. I'm here to give you source information. I'm here to activate divinity within you to let you know that you are beyond human. So don't get stuck in a human box or human limitations.
Okay. I don't know, man. I just say,
I feel what you're saying, but once again, you're speaking on a human
always
tip.
Something new to explore, always something new.
Yeah, but it's new to you. It's not new to reality.
It's not new to you. It's not new to the earth. I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna say it's new to the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, there's nothing.
Or not. You don't have to say the earth. It could be. You could be the only one that's new too.
True.
Me and you live in New York City right now. Somebody could come here from fucking Delaware and go, oh my God, wow, you guys have subways or some shit?
Yeah.
That's new to them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But who's to say that that's a new idea? It's not a new idea. See, when you throw idea into it, now you're making it something from the mental.
Bro, since we talking about the train, you telling me somebody had to come up with the idea to make a train system.
Uh-huh.
So you telling me before we came on, before there was human existence, there was trains, bro?
What I'm saying is, what is a train system?
It was probably deeper, because, from your knowledge and your point of view, your understanding, there was higher technology than trains, right?
Absolutely.
There was like UFOs and stuff, right?
Whatever you want to call it, but there was much more advanced civilizations thousands to millions of years ago.
So that got wiped out, and now we trying to even technology.
Bam! You just answer your question.
Technology.
So if you're redoing something, what are you doing? Are you making it new?
No.
Or are you just bringing up some old shit and putting your own signature on it?
I mean, not to contradict or be too skeptical or whatever, but how do you know? Where's the proof that there was higher vehicles and all this
The proof is in the tombs. The proof is in the stones. See, you're speaking for someone who's not aware of the temple of Dendera, who's not aware of the temple of Hathor, who's not aware of the certain.
I don't know.
No, I get you, and I'm answering your question. The fact of the matter is, we have tomb walls where you see Egyptians carrying light bulbs into the tomb, but then recessive Europeans want to dismiss this and say that this was just some, I don't know, magical fairy tale depiction. But wait a second, where'd they get the idea to make something that looked exactly like a light bulb? If it never existed, what were they imitating then? You see what I'm saying? What is the jet pillar? I have all of this tattooed on my chest. What is the jet pillar? The jet pillar is a generator. When we look at a generator today, it looks just like a jet pillar. A jet pillar goes back thousands of years before any European could create a generator. You see what I'm saying? What is the key to the Nile, which is the uas? If you look at the uas, it's a long stem, and it has a fork end at the end of it, and then it has the spear part at the top. What is that? It's a tuning fork. We use tuning forks today to balance the chakras in the auric field and the frequencies of the body. You can use tuning forks, you bang them together, each fork resonates a different degree of sound, and use it to balance the field of your body. We knew this already. This is old technology to us. And then what we did was we combined different aspects of that to create higher forms of energy to be able to be utilized for the kingdoms and the population. Yeah. We had electricity. We had forms of energy that went beyond this aspect of thinking that we need Con Edison. We had energy that we can literally take from the ions in the atmosphere definitely. And generate something to create light, to make it usable indefinitely, not usable by paying a bill, because everything in the air has an electric and an etheric force to it. The air you breathe right now, you're breathing in and out ions and ether at the same time. And this is why you create a thermodynamic aspect, which in your solar plex, that gives heat to your body. Because no matter how cold it is outside or how hot it is outside, your body always generates heat as long as you're breathing. But once you stop breathing, what happens to your body? You turn cold. Right. Because this is thermodynamics going on inside your carbon-based etheric body. But on that note, it's been 30-something minutes. I'm going to cut that short, y'all. Mind Ascension. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And subscribe, share, please comment, y'all. You know what I mean? I know I've been not even falling off. I've been separating from this human shit. I can't lie to y'all. Sometimes I have to separate from the humanity because, you know, it kind of locks you down a little bit. But I'm glad that I got my brothers that come around and make me do these videos, because I would definitely start slacking, and I don't want to start slacking for y'all. And I know that it's not a coincidence. It's the spirit moving in synchronicity, making me do this and send these messages to y'all. So I love y'all. Subscribe, please comment, please share. If anything that you don't like or you didn't agree with, challenge me. I'm always open for criticism. You know what I'm saying? On that note, Mind Ascension out. I love y'all.